and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we are back with doing some Blindside Creations. This time, it is sent to us by Knots by Anna Hannah, who obviously she's been making bracelets for a while. Look at, she's got a lot of cool stuff over here. So, yeah, so she has sent a very interesting. See, I'm always confused by this website. There we go. Pattern number. So here's the she's given us two pattern numbers. I don't understand what that's about, but let's try 37434. So yep, it's the 17 strings and oh, okay, so it looks like it kind of looks like those Greek wave ones, right? Okay, so let's see what the other pattern was. Patterns again. And the other pattern is 156. 156267. Yeah, I sometimes when it comes to looking at numbers, like I don't. Oh, it is also 17 string. Wait, what is the difference? This has got 3 nuts in the V part here. This has got okay. Bracelet book. What have you guys done here? It would appear that you guys are both supporting the same exact pattern. And now I kind of understand the whole 17. Like, I'm not sure how this is going to pan out for me. Because I kind of want to convert it to 18. Because 17 is such a weird loop, right? I mean, how are you even supposed to do that? It doesn't make sense that I don't. So how does this even work? All right, we are going to explore, whoops. Windows Shift and S will let me copy this. So yeah, when I saw that it was a 17 string, it's so weird. I don't need it to pop up and tell me that. Go away. All right. I saw the 17 string. I'm like, I'm not doing 17 string. I wouldn't even know where to begin with doing loops, and I don't like it. I'm going to try 18. But now I'm kind of wondering, questioning if this is going to work. All right, rotate 90 degrees. I don't know why that little box, see, it turns up behind my thing. I just put in 90. I don't know why I can't move that thing around. I have thought about it. Whoops. Not what I'm trying to move. All right, we need this bigger so we can see what we're doing. That's bigger. It's going to be really hard to choose where the center is. I'm not even sure I can quite do that. Scale and anchor. No. Yeah, there's a possibility we don't get to actually copy and paste our way through this one. Where is the center line of this? All right, let's put in our center line. Mind you, you can tell like this is a fresh new little template that I'm working off of. I haven't even bothered putting in things like where its center is, which can be really super helpful when you're trying to do these things. Let's figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So no, it's like right in between those two. So so the black line doesn't make a whole complete row down, right? There's no straight dark line. There's no straight light colored line. That's a little bit interesting. Let's start off of this. This looks like a good spot to potentially go from. What kind of colors do we want to play with? It's kind of a fun blue. So this is right at the very edge. So it's doing like that. And then inside of that, there is this little bit of a spiral. Oh, this comes down 4. Okay. And this goes almost all the way across. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with trying to add this extra string, but I don't like the idea of 17, so we're going to wing this. See if we can't come up with something neat. So this is going outside of this to make another line up here. Right? Right. And then this one comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Got it. So this one goes all the way up and out. Wait, we have something. Something's wrong. Oh, we went too. Jeez. We went out too far. It's supposed to be here. Okay. Yeah, I should probably put in the other color because this color is kind of close to my background and it sort of makes it hard to see what I'm doing. So there was the 4. There's the 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now we could have a bigger triangle here. I'm not opposed to that. All right, let's figure out a darker color. Let's do something. Let's take a look and see what happens when we start to mess with this. Yeah, so even making an 18 string doesn't mean we get to have a kumi. Although I imagine we can probably do something with that. If you've seen, I do how to do a 10 string, and I forget what I have a video about it, like how to do some odd number strings for the kumis. I think there might be a way of doing it for this as well. All right. So this line here comes off of where this dark one is, right? So 1, 2. Not sure how far up that goes. Can figure it out based on the spiral though. Because it goes like that. All right. So let's put the dark in. I'm not sure how big of a fan I will be of actually making a bracelet like this. So now I kind of need an example further down of where this goes. Does this go? This, whoops. This, I think, goes that way. Does this? Yeah, the lighter color, I think, heads out that way. Cool. Pretty sure. And I think, whoops, we hit the side on that. I think that comes in from the other one. And then, so we're going to end up a little bit not symmetrical with these things being bigger, but I don't think that's necessarily bad because there could be the illusion that this side would have done the same thing if there was just more room. All right. Wow. Okay, now I'm confused. Where does the next... So this is... There's a dark coming straight down this way. All right, and then 2, 3, 4, right? And then down this way. Right, so that's the other light colored one. Wow, this is a little bit complicated, to be honest. See, when it comes to these Blindside creations, I really, honestly, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I have no idea. Am I going to have a nice, easy one? What are we doing today kind of thing? And yeah, this might be a fun bracelet to make, honestly. Right. So, okay, what happens next? We have the light color going this way, and then this goes most of the way down. Wait, this one up here does a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that probably wasn't supposed to be that one. Right, 1, 2, 3, there. So now this. Yeah, so as far as designing goes, this is a pretty tricky one. I don't know about the making part. There might be a bit of the whole trying to keep track of the directions and stuff, but at the same time, it kind of feels like there is the possibility that once you get the pattern in motion, it might become really, really easy and obvious and stuff, which that happens. Because wait, does this just do the same thing it did before? Yeah. So I basically come down to that row. And then 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's that. And something's missing. I don't know. I don't know if I've messed this up or not. Wait, wait, does a dart come through? I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure this out in a minute. We know we got the 3 over here. We've got that. Wait, this should be up here more, no? This is here. Done something wrong. I have no idea what. This is what comes out. This goes. One, two, three, 1. Here's where the light comes through. Okay. And then, yeah, I messed up all kinds of stuff around here. Hang on. This goes this way. It's really throwing me for a loop here. I tell you what, that's it's a lot to keep track of. So this goes down to here, comes back this way, to say there. Let's, whoops. 1, 2, 3. Da da da. Da. Right, with this up here like this. Okay, so it seems a little bit easier if I do it with the light colors first. Yeah, there was no real easy way for me to actually kind of do the whole mirror thing like I like. Not that I could tell, like it just didn't, nothing here seemed to work for that. So I'm pretty confident we can pull this off with the underlying strings and stuff. I'm almost completely positive of this. However, I have proven here recently that you can't just put strings anywhere you want. So, yeah, that's always a thing. So, yeah, this is feeling a lot like an accomplishment already. Like we are definitely got something going on here. There is. this over here with this in the corner. I'm not sure if we're getting faster. I kind of feel like maybe it's getting a little bit easier, but it might be getting faster. Right. And then this comes around, kind of boxes that all in. Yeah, like I was saying, like maybe once you kind of get started with it, the pattern gets easier to make because of the fact that it is very repetitive. And like we're almost at the bottom. That's nice. All right. So that one, I basically was just making sure that I was leaving the spaces to where this darker color would go in. And that actually went pretty darn quick. That was awesome. Now this one comes down. And we know that this is 2, then there's 3, and then this comes up. And that gets surrounded by the darks again. So I wonder what colors I'll actually use for this, because obviously any 2 colors will work. I think Bracelet book showed that with having 2 patterns. I don't understand why they have 2 identical patterns. And I'm sure that's why Anna Hannah sent us this, was to kind of check out the same matchy patterns. I wonder if Bracelet book will end up seeing my video and be like, hey, one of those has to go. The problem, I suspect, when it comes to, let's say you have like 2 patterns that are matching and you want to clean house and make it so that way your database only has each pattern once. I suspect the problem is that people might have already written down the pattern number to the one that they had discovered first, right? And so as a result, they you take away that one and they go looking for it later, there's a problem, right? Like that seems very legitimately a potential problem there. All right, wait, I've done something wrong here. This was the spiral there. This is the straight row that comes down. And then there's those 2. So there's where it ends. Perfect. All right, so we've laid out the whole thing. I'm pretty sure if we look at this, it's just every other one. It is. That was, yeah. Easy guess, right? All right, let's see how we're going to do this. I'm going to guess these two are the darks. I know for sure this one is. I'm pretty sure that's going to be. Now the question is, does that bounce or does it not? I don't know yet. Also, with a strange number of strings, not sure how that's going to work. So there's 18, so that means there's 9 on this side. That's potentially a thing, isn't it? I wonder if one side gets an extra blue and one side gets an extra dark, if that's how this balances out. Because something's going to happen here, and I don't know what it is yet. And I'm really afraid of getting too far ahead of myself. Like, that's why we're leaving ends all over the place, is because there's potential. So, like, if this is the blue, then this is the blue. And this is the blue. So far, all this stuff can be done. But see down here, this is already getting into some dicey territory. Like, what, it's going to be off. Something's going to be weird. This is why working with even numbers is so much better. Even though we went with 18, 18 is still just 9 times 2, right? And 9, not great. That's why I like 12s and 16s and stuff. Okay. You can see by right, this next line here, if we keep alternating, right, the dark, like whatever, would be the dark one. But we kind of want the dark one over here, right? Because that's this line. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of potential trouble with this. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Well, let's go. We know this one needs to be the lighter color. Maybe it comes back, maybe it goes forward. I don't know yet. We know this one needs to be the darker color. Yeah, already this is looking like a nightmare. See, because we need to have the light blue here to come through this way in order to be here to come down this row here. Or maybe it comes through here and bounces and comes out. But either way, we need there to be a blue on one of these two sides. And right now, this dark is not looking cooperative. So let's say this one turns. It can be another dark here. Doesn't matter. That'll determine the string. But let's say this one turns and comes down, right? Could it turned here? Maybe. Right? It could have turned here to let a blue through. All right, let's do this one. Let's say this one came and turned. How would it get to where it needs to be? Could probably come out this way and it becomes this. So now we have two of the lighter colors here, right? So two coming in has to be two coming out. So that gives us the one that comes through to become over here. Mind you, this pattern is super repetitive. So once we get it working, it should stay working. That should be the easy part of this. All right. So this coming through, let's say it does that. It can come out of either of those two. And let's say it comes out this way just because that would give us the dark we need there. And that would be the equivalent of one coming through up here. I don't know where it's going. All right, we know we need a light blue here to be for this row. All right, and this seems like we have a dark just coming straight through, right? So this is kind of a thing, right? Because that's kind of the same row as what this is up here. So this comes all the way down. And if we follow its lead from up at the top, it will come all the way down to this little corner thing. And back out. Okay. This blue here has to go underneath because this one went straight. And we have two blues in, we have to have two blues out. It could turn, but I doubt that it will. I think it's going to have to come over here to be part of this. I don't know where that goes next. I'm really concerned over here. Like, where does this dark come from? This square right here in particular. Can you see? I'm pretty sure this is a dark coming through this way. That'll answer this one. This means this can be whatever. And it will become to this. Does this come through? I don't know. But if, okay, so if that one was in fact dark, this has to be the blue to go here. So that's kind of good that this looks like this part's working. I kind of feel like this pattern could maybe be, whoops, expanded to have a couple few more spiral things in it and bring it up to like a bigger number overall. and that maybe then the pattern just works better. But right now, I'm sort of hating it. I gotta tell you, I'm so I made this zigzag. So I think this just had to zigzag, right? To get to there. And then this to get to here to make this one. Somewhere another light blue has to get in. This can only go one of two directions. Ah, but wait, we'd have another light blue coming in. So if this one came this way, and this one could come that way. Complicated, but it would solve the problem if we needed to. And then this one can only, because we already made the blue come down this way, this one can end up being what fills in the dark over here. Nice. Yeah, so we still have a number of strings we haven't used. It might clear up some of our potential troubles. This is downright, this is complicated. In order for this to be black, so like we're kind of getting down to where we're kind of narrowing down if this is to work, that one has to be, right? So this can go different directions at that point, but that one had to be. See, this one could potentially come down and come back this way if necessary. If for whatever reason, like say this one couldn't be blue, we could solve some of this. See, we don't know what this string is yet. We don't know these three. Because if this black went straight through, I think we could actually make that work. All right, and then this one goes this way. Is there a blue coming through? Or does this turn? Man, if this whole thing is this complicated, this is going to be less fun to make. I wonder, like how... So they're just trying to make it just go down almost straight little zigzaggy rows to solve for it. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I kind of hate when they do this to patterns, to be honest. Yeah, this is my least favorite way of designing. I like having nice long straight rows, not trying. This is This is almost trying to make like a simplified alpha out of it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those. Like, have you ever seen like using the normal patterns, but you're putting letters in by basically just alternating colors? That's sort of what this is doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have an even number of darks and lights on this side. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So to even it up, we would need another, at least one more blue over here, and then we can figure out the last two. Interesting. Yeah, I'm still not 100% convinced this all works out just yet. There's so much. All right, this blue is coming down. Right, because it can only go through. Try looking at some of these loose ends to see what has to happen. So obviously, if this kind of went straight through, the dark we need would have to have come from somewhere else. Probably going to make that turn off that direction. So in that case, to get the dark that we need there, it would come in that way. Okay, so this is obviously able to do a nice long straight. And that's what that one does. Okay. Again, once we get the top part fixed, the rest should just be a matter of being able to repeat whatever it was, provided we did it correctly. I feel like this path here for the light blue isn't bad. I also feel like maybe because we can't see the bigger picture as well, we're missing some of the whole, what we've already solved for this row should be the same as what's going on in this one and beyond. So there's a blue coming in for this right through here. So there needs to be a blue coming in for this. All right, let's just for now, let's just say this just zigzags and made itself, oops, come this way. Right, so that's how this comes through here. Oops. So when it came through there, it went down. Oop, oh, not that one. Came down bounced off of this and went to at least there. We don't know what happens next. Okay. Right? Like I said, we figure out the top. We got this thing. So far, this string doesn't need to be a color yet. Right? What happens here? This is this one. So this went straight down to down there. Cool. Wait, let's see that again. It was here, and it goes out to the diamondy part there. Hey, that feels like progress. All right. This, oh yeah, that's the undecided one. Undecided down here as well. Interesting. All right, what's this? This is, oh, that's easy. There's two darks coming in. It has to be the dark coming out. And that's what ends up here. And that one came out this way, if we follow from above. Right, and then came out. And so far, it's only figured out to right there. Okay, where did this one come from? Up this way. Right. Okay. This is increasingly sorting itself out. So this string here has not needed to be anything yet. This is the, whoops, I lost where I was there. This is where this one comes through up here and did this. And then came to this dark one there and made the turn. This one comes this way. So my big question, obviously here, is going to be, did this in any way make this easier than the original? And I'm not 100% sure if it did. I'm sure that there are those who like that sort of pattern where it just sort of toggles back and forth. Ooh, wait, we solved for this here. That means this got solved for that. Interesting. There we go. Right, because the blue up here does this. Hey. That felt like a bunch of progress. So we're 3 strings that we haven't figured out. And it certainly looks like they don't need to be a certain color. right? It's the same. I might actually color them in with like a random color just to test that theory, but let's try to do more of this. So this black one comes to there and this way. Yeah, let's pick a random color, something cute, fun. Why does that look like pink and it's not? There we go, pink. Right? Every one of these knots is accounted for from one of the other strings. Right? The dark here. Let's try it with this. I'm not sure if I should leave the pattern like this, if this is... So I went down to this blue here. Down to this one here. Yeah, look, I can just actually run this ahead, which will actually make doing the other stuff easier because I'll be able to see where it is. That's hilarious. But I can actually like see what it's doing. And then this one, it's from this blue to this black. Right? And then the third that we have is just on the edge. So, okay, this blue here is this one up here. So that it goes down. Is that right? So there's two side by side. Goes underneath this black one here. Comes off the one that changes directions and goes that way. Brilliant. This one just goes straight along here. This is this one. Yeah, so at this point, I can pretty much use everything that happened up above and work out what it's doing. It's just repeating at this point. I have yet to answer the question whether or not this is easier than the original. But well, I think in the making process, some of this will be a little bit easier. Again, because you'll have these nice long straight rows to work with. I also think, obviously, I'm not putting in pink for those odd strings. What I will do is determine which of the two colors those strings kind of go by the most. That's this one, yeah. And make it that color. Like if this is this one here, it's under the dark, it's under the blue, it's under the dark, under the blue. Yeah, so you can really, it could be either or. At the end of the day, I think I wanted this to come down to having an equal number of strings in it. I was gonna say I'm gonna double up my string, but am I? 9? Yeah, I could probably double it up, yeah. So I double up the string. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just probably wing that for sure. All right. This dark one. Kind of try to lead us up to getting to the center. Where is this? This is this row here. So this goes to there like that and back out. And then I'm sure that that is what leads to this. Yeah, well, thank you for the challenge. This has been really quite something. Where does this one go to? This is this one. So that kind of goes straight through all the way to the end. Yeah, this has been a good one. This is the kind of stuff that gets me thinking and wondering and turning on that whole problem solving portion. This obviously goes straight. And then comes back. Right. This goes to there and bounces. Like that. And then this away. So this one comes down to the blue. Changes there. This is the one that comes down to here and straight. Oops. That becomes this. And we got something weird here. Hang on. Oh, I see. Wait, something's really wrong. Where did that go wrong? There's this black goes this way. This is the blue that goes this way. Yeah, if you guys spotted that before, you were probably freaking out. I know when I watch my videos, sometimes I see stuff like that and I'm like, no, that can't be right. You're doing it wrong. This goes straight and back out. And then this comes in this way. Can go straight across. There is this one here. Go straight down until it gets to this blue. Turns, comes to this, and goes that way. And then this blue, it turned, and it went this way. And this blue just sort of goes straight through this way until it gets to this one and back out. And this one is to there and turns, and then does this whole little zigzaggy thing over here. And yeah, we are almost to the whole halfway point where yeah. And then this one goes this way. Right, and this dark one. There we go. We got the first half done. I will finish up the rest of this to have the pattern over on my website. So yeah, we went from a blindside creation, turned it in from a 17 to an 18 string bracelet. We've worked it out to where we don't have the crazy zigzag stuff like this, which I think is going to make it much easier to create. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was an interesting challenge. I'm going to balance out the number of strings here so that way it's just simplifies my loop and stuff. I suspect next week you can watch me make it so you can actually see what I came up with for that. So yeah, if you're curious, come check that out. And yeah, before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters who made this possible. Thanks again to what is her name? It is Knots by Anna Hannah for submitting this pattern for me to try. This was a fun one. So thanks again, and yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.